Today, we're exploring the complex world of Ricky Gervais, a comedian who's transformed from a late-blooming entertainer into one of comedy's most divisive figures. What makes someone so controversial, yet so successful? Let's break it down. Gervais had quite the journey to comedy. Before Gervais became comedy's favorite provocateur, his path was anything but conventional.
In a much smaller room, I'd still ignore you, cunt. Shush.
In the 1980s, he was actually pursuing a music career as the singer of new wave group Siona Dancing. When that didn't work out, he moved into radio and then music management, where he managed the band Suede for a brief period. This late start in comedy is crucial to understanding his style. He entered the field with a chip on his shoulder and something to prove, which might explain his often confrontational approach.
Awful Jim Jam, cock or ball.
When Gervais appeared in The Office, he was creating a comedy revolution. While many know Gervais for his provocative stand-up, his true breakthrough actually came with The Office. The show revolutionized comedy in several ways. It popularized the mockumentary format in mainstream television. It introduced the concept of cringe comedy to a wider audience. It created a character, David Brent, who embodied the worst aspects of attention-seeking behavior, and demonstrated Gervais's ability to blend comedy with genuine pathos. The success of The Office gave Gervais something crucial: creative freedom. This freedom would later enable him to develop his controversial style without fear of commercial consequences. The evolution of his stand-up style is dynamic, and Gervais's stand-up comedy has gone through distinct phases. His early period was from 2003 to 2007 and embodied more traditional observational humor, a focus on personal stories and everyday situations, less controversial material, and a heavy reliance on his Office fame. The middle period, which was from 2007 to 2015, was full of an increased focus on taboo subjects, the development of his atheism material, more sophisticated argument structures,
Could I speak to God, please? Speaking.
and the beginning of his offensive brand. Looking at his current era, from 2015 to present, we see a full embrace of controversial material, direct challenges to social norms,
Satan would be raping you.
This is why I'm a good boy.
heavy focus on cancel culture, and meta-commentary on offense itself. Now, let's dive into the anatomy of a Gervais joke. What makes his comedy unique is its structure. A typical Gervais joke contains the setup, which often begins with a serious or controversial topic, the tension build, where he acknowledges the sensitivity of the subject, the misdirection, this leads the audience down one path, the shock, where he deliberately crosses a line, the defense, in which he explains why the joke is actually clever, and the laugh, his signature giggle that seems to dare anyone to be offended. The Golden Globes legacy is a highlight of Gervais's career. Gervais's 5 times hosting the Golden Globes deserves special attention.
How the hell can a 25-year-old live on 52 million?
Each appearance marked a significant moment in his evolution as a provocateur. 2010 was the testing ground. It was relatively tame by his standards, focused on easy targets, and established his outsider persona. 2011 was where the controversy begins. It included more pointed jokes about specific celebrities, generated significant media backlash, and cemented his reputation as Hollywood's critic. 2012 saw the double down. Gervais directly addressed the previous year's controversy. He was sharper and told more personal jokes, and he established his "I don't care if you're offended" brand. 2016 was all about the comeback. He had a more sophisticated approach to controversy, mixed political commentary with celebrity jokes, and showed evolution in his style. 2020 brought the final statement. It was his most controversial performance yet, with direct attacks on Hollywood hypocrisy, and definitely seemed designed to burn bridges. The atheism factor of Gervais cannot be ignored. Gervais's atheism has become a crucial part of his comedy brand.
Why do you believe in God? I was always into science and nature. Yeah, it doesn't make sense, does it?
His approach to religious material showcases several key aspects of his style. First is his intellectual foundation. Gervais uses logical arguments as basis for jokes. He employs Socratic method in comedy and combines education with entertainment. The second key aspect of his style is the provocative delivery. Gervais challenges deeply held beliefs, uses shocking comparisons, and employs reductio ad absurdum arguments. Social media and modern comedy has only served to benefit Gervais. He has masterfully used social media to extend his provocative persona, create controversy that generates publicity, test material and gauge reactions, build a direct connection with fans, and challenge critics in real time. One of the most significant ongoing controversies in Gervais's career involves his material about the trans community. This exemplifies several aspects of his approach, including deliberate engagement with controversial topics, claims of defending free speech, a mix of philosophical arguments with provocative jokes, use of controversy for publicity,
A volcano going off isn't like him going, fuck, I left the oven on. You know, it's...
and testing social boundaries. So why do people love Ricky Gervais? One reason is the intellectual appeal. Gervais uses sophisticated argument structures, well-researched material, philosophical undertones, and logical consistency. Then there is the entertainment value. People enjoy Gervais's masterful delivery, his perfect timing, the engaging stage presence, and his ability to read rooms. And finally, there is the truth-teller factor. Gervais has a willingness to say the unsayable.
Just don't look at it when you touch it.
He's not afraid of challenges to power structures, has apparent authenticity, and has consistent philosophical position. And now, just why people hate him so much. First is the punching down argument. People criticize his choice of targets, the power dynamics in his jokes, the potential real-world impact, and then there is the privilege discussion. People are also not a fan of his the repetition criticism. Gervais uses similar themes in multiple shows. He has predictable controversy, familiar argument structures, and recycled approaches to topics. Whether you like him or not, Gervais has had an impact on modern comedy. Gervais's influence can be seen in the rise of provocative comedy, the integration of philosophical arguments in stand-up, the use of social media in comedy, the marketing of controversy, and in the debate about comedy's limits. The broader cultural conversation of Gervais is also important. Gervais's comedy has become central to debates about freedom of speech versus responsibility, the role of offense in art, comedy's place in social change, the limits of provocative humor, and the purpose of comedy itself. Looking to the future of comedy, Gervais's influence is apparent. As comedy continues to evolve, Gervais's legacy raises important questions. Can provocative comedy survive in an increasingly sensitive world? How will social media impact comedy's development? What is the responsibility of comedians to society? And where is the line between provocation and harm? Love him or hate him, Ricky Gervais has fundamentally changed modern comedy. He's pushed boundaries, challenged norms, and created a new template for provocative humor. Whether that's a positive or negative development depends entirely on your view of comedy's role in society. If you've enjoyed this deep dive into one of comedy's most controversial figures, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think about Gervais's impact on modern comedy?